Hello, today we'll be talking about Frillish, the first water ghost Pokémon, and only base water ghost Pokémon as of the filming of this. Its previous BYC dates are October 10th, 1997, July 31st, 2000, May 22nd, 2003, March 12th, 2006, December 31st, 2008, October 22nd, 2011, August 12th, 2014, June 2nd, 2017, March 23rd, 2020, and January 12th, 2023, given that Frillish is based on a jellyfish, particularly being in a two-stage evolutionary line, it's the counterpart of Tentacool. However, what sets Frillish apart is its sexual dimorphism. I like each of their designs. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Frillish, the floating Pokemon, whose number is 0592. This is male Frillish, this is what it looks like. This is female Frillish, this is what it looks like. Its type is Water Ghost. Since this is our first Water Ghost Pokemon, I'll point out the water inside and the ghost outside. Abilities, Water Absorb, or Cursed Body. Damp is its hidden ability, gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 190 or 35.2%. Breeding is a group amorphous, hatch time 20 cycles, height is 3'11" or 1.2 meters, weight is 72.8 pounds or 33 kilograms. Base experience yield is 67, leveling rate is medium fast, EV yield is 1, and special defense. Shape is that, it has no feet so it has no footprint. Pokédex colors, white, and base friendship is 70. Frillish is a dual-type water/ghost Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It evolves into Jellicent starting at level 40. Biology, Frillish is a jellyfish-like Pokemon resembling young royalty. Regardless of gender, it has a round head with a crown-like tuft and 5 tentacle-like appendages to function as arms, and 3 serve as the lower half of its body. It has oval eyes with white pupils and a collar around its neck, which is significantly larger on a male Frillish. It has invisible poison spikes on its appendages. As a male, it is blue with smooth appendages and a triangular crown, and has red eyes with blue sclera and a straight eyelash on each eye. Its collar is wavy, and it typically appears to be frowning, but in the animated series it is shown to smile occasionally. As a female, it is pink, with wavy appendages and a round crown. It has blue eyes with red sclera and a curled eyelash on each eye. Its collar is frilled, and it appears to be smiling. Frillish is a hadopelagic Pokemon which lives in dens about 5 miles, 8 kilometers, under the sea surface. It can cope with extremely dark and highly pressurized sea conditions. It is carnivorous. It gently floats around the waves until it can strike its prey. It makes its victim numb with the use of its poison spikes and takes it to its deep den. Its arms are filled with tens of thousands of poisonous stingers. There is a legend where Frillish are said to have been created from transformed residents of a sunken ancient city. Frillish preys on Magikarp and Lantern. Female Frillish are stated to have slightly longer stingers on their arms. Evolution, Frillish evolves into Jellicent, so male Frillish Jellicent, female Frillish Jellicent. Game data, Pokédex entries in Gen 5 Black. With its thin veil-like arms wrapped around the body of its opponent, it sinks to the ocean floor. White, they paralyze prey with poison, then drag them down to their lairs, 5 miles below the surface. Black 2 and White 2. If its veil-like arms stun and wrap a foe, that foe will be dragged miles below the surface, never to return. In Gen 6, X is White's entry. Y is Black 2 and White 2's entry. Omega Ruby is White and X's entry, and Alpha Sapphire is Black 2, White 2, and Y's entry. In Gen 7, Ultra Sun, it wraps its veil-like arms and legs around prey, swimming by and drags them down to the depths of the ocean. Ultra Moon, using the invisible poison spikes on its veil-like arms and legs, it paralyzes its enemies and causes them to drown. In Gen 8, for both genders and Sword, it envelops its prey in its veil-like arms and draws it down to the deeps, 5 miles below the ocean surface. For male, Shield, legend has it that the residents of a sunken ancient city changed into these Pokemon. There's a note. Used for both genders in-game. Female for Shield. Its thin veil-like arms have tens of thousands of poisonous stingers. Females have slightly longer stingers. Unused in the final release of the game. Male Frillish in the Alola Pokédex and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Female Frillish in the Alola Pokédex and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items, stats, base stats, HP 55, attack 40, defense 50, special attack 65, special defense 85, speed 40 for a total of 335. Type effectiveness, damage normally by flying, ground, rock, psychic, dragon, and fairy. Weak to ghost, grass, electric, and dark, all for double, immune to normal and fighting, resistant to poison, bug, steel, fire, water, and ice all for half. Notes: if Foresight or Odor Sleuth is used by an opponent, the opponent has Scrappy or this Pokemon is given a ring target. The effectiveness of normal type moves and fighting type moves is 1, so both would go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has Water Absorb, the effectiveness of water type moves is 0, so be 0 instead of half. Learn set by leveling up. 1. Water Absorb and Water Gun. 4. Poison Sting. 8. Nightshade. 12. Water Pulse. 16. Rain Dance. 20. Hex. 24. Brine. 28. Recover. 32. Shadow Ball. 36 Whirlpool, 41 Hydro Pump, 44 Destiny Bond, and 48 Water Spout. By TM/TR, TM 19 Safeguard, 21 Rest, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 27 Icy Wind, 28 Giga Drain, 31 Attract, 33 Rain Dance, 35 Hail, 36 Whirlpool, 38 Will-O-Wisp, 39 Facade, 44 Imprison, 45 Dive, 55 Brine, 70 Trick Room, 76 Round, and 77 Hex. The TRs, TR03, Hydro Pump 4, Surf 5, Ice Beam 6 Blizzard, 11 Psychic, 16 Waterfall, 20 Substitute, 22 Sludge Bomb, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 33 Shadow Ball, 37 Taunt, 38 Trick, 58 Dork Pulse, 65 Energy Ball, 78 Sludge Wave, 84 Scald, and 92 Dazzling Gleam. By breeding, Jellicent gives it Acid Armor, Pincurchin gives it Bubble Beam, this group gives it Confuse Ray, this group gives it Mist through Chain Breeding, this group gives it Pain Split, and Drifblim gives it Strength Sap. By tutoring in the Sword and Shield Expansion Pass, it can get Poltergeist. It's a physical, ghost-type move. Its power is 110, accuracy is 90%, and PB haha is 5. By transfer from another generation, 5 through 7 Bind and Bubble. Bubble doesn't work anymore. 6 and 7 Confide, 5 through 7 Constrict, Double Team, and Dream Eater. Constrict doesn't work anymore. 5 and 6 Flash, that doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7 Frustration, Hidden Power, Magic Coat, Omnis Wind, Psych Up, and Return. Frustration, Hidden Power, Omnis Wind, and Return don't work anymore. 6 Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 6 and 7 Shockwave, and 5 through 7 Spite, Swagger, Toxic, Water Sport, and Ring Out. Water Sport and Ring Out don't work anymore. Side game data, Male Frillish, you got all this. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond, in the Pokedex entry, even though it shows an image of the female. Frillish. The Frillish on the beach are good friends. They speak politely to each other, but they want to enjoy honest conversation too. Got all this. New Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. The Frillish drifting in the blue hole are on the lookout for food. Sometimes the males and females will work together to drag other Pokemon down to the depths of the sea. Female Frillish. Got all this. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond, this seems to be the same entry. Got all this. New Pokemon Snap also seems to be the same entry. Evolution data, male, Frillish, level 40, Jellicent. Female, Frillish, level 40, Jellicent. Sprites here, so pretty much the same, just darker colors, as you could expect. But yeah, very similar. Oh, shiny male is green. And then kind of yellow for the lighter blue colors. For the shiny female, it's sort of orangish pink and the sort of purple, light purple color. In Gen 6, you get the models, and so it has more of like a, almost like a see-through effect a little bit. Makes sense, I guess. Pretty good adaptation, I'd say. In Gen 7, not really much changes. In Gen 8, you get the much better models. Homes, you get these models. Innovation, a male Frillish in Pokemon the series, black and white. Jesse's Frillish is the big one. Got all this. A female Frillish in Pokemon Journeys the series. Got all this. Pokedex entries, I already recorded this first one in the anime, so we'll let Ash's Pokedex read it.
Frillish, the floating Pokemon. Frillish can constrict its foes using its veil-like tentacles and numb them with poison. It is said to live in dens, some 5 miles below sea level.
In Black and White, episode 37, in Bianca's Pokedex, Frillish, the floating Pokemon. Frillish numbs its opponents with its poison as it binds its victim with its thin, veil-like tentacles. Poketoon, the manga, male Frillish in Pokemon Adventures, female Frillish in Pokemon Adventures. Got all this. The TCG. Trivia. The Japanese prototype name for Frillish was Perunsu. Although female Dream World artwork exists, Any Frillish or Jellicent uploaded to the global link would use the male artwork regardless of their gender. Dreamworld artwork of female Frillish. Frillish and Jellicent were originally pure water type. The ghost type was added to their typing for balancing reasons, with Ken Sugimori noting that the designer for the Frillish line was disappointed that they ended up becoming scary Pokemon. Origin. Frillish in its evolved form were most likely inspired by the Nura-Rihan, a jellyfish yokai that is either shown as a demonized jellyfish or as a jellyfish-like man who wears refined, sometimes regal clothing. It is also possible that they were inspired by the Kurage no Hinotama, a type of jellyfish like will-o'-the-wisp. Frillish in its evolved form may also be inspired by real-life jellyfish such as the Stygiomedusa, also known as the phantom jelly, a very rarely seen deep-sea jellyfish with fabric-like arms. The two larger arms Frillish possesses are more similar to those of squids than the tentacles of real jellyfish, however. Frillish's design is inspired by the image of princes and princesses, perhaps specifically of the Victorian-style monarch attire. Frillish and its evolved form also have traits in common with sea monsters like the Kraken, most notably their rumored penchant for destroying ships and feeding on the crew. Name origin: Frillish may be a combination of frill and jellyfish. Pururil may be a combination of puru, onomatopoeia for jiggling, and frill. Languages, related articles, references, external links. Let's move on. Now let's watch the first scene of the anime featuring Frillish. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're watching episode 667, A Rival Battle for Club Champ. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, is currently battling his Unova rival, Trip, and Trip is sending out his Frillish. I would say that's the first scene of Frillish in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Frillish. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we set in fan art, so let's start with looking at DeviantArt fan art. Those of you aren't familiar with the series, but we go through these images until I find an image that doesn't contain a Frillish. This is Frillish Female by Bloxables. This is 0592 Shiny Frillish by Bloxables, so it's a recoloring of the male Frillish art, but with the shiny colors. This is Frillish TCG by Funstar Art. So we've got these four Frillish TCG images, all having both genders in the image. Frillish back by Bloxables. So it's just a frame from the Gen 5 Max Sprite of male Frillish. This is Frillish Female by Danny My Brother. So got female Frillish, kind of some more simplified on this background. This is Frillish Fiona Adopt, $50 by Aurora Walrain. So this fusion between Frillish and Fiona, I think mostly male Frillish it looks like. Very well done. This is Frillish Female back by Bloxables. So it's just a frame from the Gen 5 back sprite of Frillish. This is Frillish by Chaos Fetty. We got these two male and female Frillish art here. Very well done. Twirl Frillish by F74. So Pururil / Frillish. That's the Japanese and English name. The stylized female Frillish here. Very well done. This is Frillish themed adoptable open by Unneeded Account 1234. This is just the official image. I don't know if it's in the description or something. That's interesting. Frillish by Takato. So you got this nice image of male Frillish here floating among some jellyfish. Very well done. This is Frillish Male by Danny My Brother. So we've got this male Frillish, a little bit more simplified on this background. Well done. This is Frillish Stamp by J Boys Deleu. So we got a bunch of these Frillish stamps here. So first one has both Frillish, second one has both Frillish, third one has both Frillish, fourth one has both Frillish, fifth one has both Frillish, and the sixth one has both Frillish. This is Frillish by Itama. So I've got this nice stylized female Frillish. Got a bunch of these stars on it. Very well done. This is Frillish by Manthea. So we've got this female Frillish art. There's a bunch of other Pokemon though in the background. Milotic, Magikarp, Horsey, Staryu, Azelf, and a couple of the Pokemon I can't really identify. They're water types, I'm sure. This is Frillish Pokemon Gen 5 by Fertel. So we got a couple good models here. So I got the male one and the female one. Very well done. This is Frillish by Balzer Kazuers 92. So you've got this nice hand-drawn image of female Frillish here, looks like with crayons or colored pencils. This is Frillish by All 0412. It's a nice image of female Frillish here, unique perspective. This is Frillish by Abyssal Owls. So got the stylized Frillish here, a male and a female. Very well done. This is 592 Frillish by Rotom, the object thingy. Pretty sure this is just the official art of male Frillish. Frillish Lovers, new Pokemon Snap. By Just a Drawer, 37. So you've got this nice, kind of cute image of a male and a female. Let's see. They've added a bunch of leash hearts around it. That's cute. This is Frillish F by Wolengel. This interesting model of female Frillish here. This is Frillish by Nightshade the Dark 16, so you've got this hand-drawn, pencil-drawn image of male Frillish here. Very well done. This is Frillish with glowy stripes by Honeysuckle. So you've got this nice stylized image of male Frillish here. Very well done. Very interesting, having all the stripes. And that's the end of the page results, so move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Jellicent. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.